We're going to do the second oblique drawing now. So, I have my paper tape down square and I have my L. I have my anchor. I'm going to put the front view of the orthographic projection right in the corner of the L. Now, front view, top view, side view. I'm going to put this front view right here. But I want you to notice something. This drawing is a little trickier because we have to move some objects back. If we look at this block over here, if we look at the top view, we can see that the block is pushed back ½ inch. And then if we look over here in the front view at the platform, if we go to the top view, we see that's also pushed back ½ inch. So this drawing is a little unique, and watch how we do this. So like I said, this front view goes right here. There's our front view. We put the front view right in the corner of our L. Now we're going to come back on the 45 degrees with our 45-degree triangle. I take my triangle, I make sure my T-square is nice and tight on the edge, and I'm going to come back. This drawing, we know the width of the object is again 1.5 inches. So that's in the side view. So I'm going to go back on the 45 as 1.5 inches. So I'm going to make a light line and come back and measure 1.5 inches on them. So from every corner, come back. Now, we measure back 1.5 inches on each line and make a dot, and we close the back. And then we'll move our objects back. It's a little tricky in this corner here, so I'm going to measure 1.5 inches back from this corner and 1.5 inches from this corner. So this one goes right there, and 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. I'm going to show you a trick. If I determine where the 1.5 inches is on this line, I could use my T-square and not have to measure anymore. Watch. From this point to this point. Point down. Now I'll come across using the T-square. And now the object is closed in the back. Now what I have to do is move back. This block has to move back ½ inch, and this block has to move back ½ inch. So how do I do that? This is how I do it. I connect the two diagonals here and here, very lightly. Do the same over here. Now, from the 4 points of the square, I'll do the top one here first. From the 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to measure back on the 45 ½ inch. From each point of the square, from all 4 points, I'm going to measure back ½ inch on the 45 degree and make a dot. So, there's a dot. 2, 3, and 4. Take my T-square and connect the dots. Do you have an eraser? Thank you. Now I erase the front. and use my T-square, and I'll darken in the lines. Okay, now, isn't that cool how it moves back? Now I do the same thing over here. Measure back a ½ inch on each line. There's my triangle. Okay, darken the lines, and I'll erase the front. There. My object. And there. And that's the second drawing. Just like the first drawing, we have to put on the dimensions. This particular drawing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dimensions go on it. So simply. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. In order to find an extension line, that's the line that the arrow on the dimension line touches. In order to find the extension line, we place our ruler on the object. Skip a ½ inch, make a ½ inch line. Ruler on the object, skip a ½ inch, make a ½ inch line. And you're going to see how my dimension lines follow the pattern of the object. So now if I do my dimension lines, goes here to here. Remember, I have to leave a space for the number. There to there. Still need more dimension lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6, 7. I'm going to do 7. 7 is sufficient for this mechanical drawing. Okay, I fill in my numbers. 3 arrows, half arrows, 1, Now, every drawing needs a border and a title box, but since we've been doing it on the last 4 drawings, you guys know how to do that. So this is the second oblique drawing, and this is complete. Now, at least the drawing part.